Hello and welcome to this session about BricsCAD BIM V23. My name is Peter Combs, Go-to-Market Manager for BIM.
And I'm Melissa Rivera, Senior Product Manager, and together we will look at the latest advances in BricsCAD BIM.
So, what drives the innovation behind BricsCAD? At Bricsys, we always start with our users to offer you solutions to real industry problems. Let's see these in action in V23. We've heard a lot today about the high risk and low profit margins in our sector, and mistakes and delays are very costly. So to reduce risk, we've witnessed a sector adverse to change and late with technological adoption. Technology like BIM. To answer this, we've developed even more innovative features in BricsCAD BIM to reduce risks and any disruption from digital transition. As you all know, delivering a construction project is no easy task. We've already heard from Kathy today that large projects typically take 20% longer and 80% are over budget. Of course, the question for all of us is why? And how can we change this? Well, we know what happens when design and construction teams work in silos. Design errors can go undetected all the way until construction. So extra cost and delays creep in because of information gaps, errors, or inconsistencies. This is where BricsCAD BIM V23 will help users communicate better and coordinate more efficiently with all stakeholders across the entire project. Let's look at BricsCAD BIM's uniqueness. We often say that BricsCAD BIM has a fundamentally different approach. But isn't BricsCAD BIM just another BIM software? Traditional BIM systems did not deliver on their promise of productivity, and the industry missed out on applying powerful technology trends. We are not developing BricsCAD BIM after these antiquated systems. We see CAD as a powerful platform for all our design innovations, including BIM, and we are harnessing new technologies to supercharge your productivity. Let's dive in. BricsCAD BIM is different by AI and machine learning. These technologies are already common in our daily lives. Just think about how you rely on your smartphone music player to build your playlists. BricsCAD BIM applies these technologies in practice to remove or automate antiquated workflows so you can be more productive, more creative. BricsCAD BIM is both 2D and 3D. What do I mean by that? Our BricsCAD family of products for the building industry, Lite, Pro, and BIM, form a single system. In this system, you can easily move between 2D and 3D workflows or optimize your cost of ownership by using the right combination of CAD and BIM licenses. No other BIM software has such integration with a CAD system. So, what makes this integration possible? BricsCAD BIM is CAD-based, and this has specific benefits. First, CAD users can transition to BIM and enjoy its benefits without the risks and disruption of moving to a traditional BIM software. It is a safe choice. Second, decades-old BIM platforms are limited to building elements at a certain scale. Not with BricsCAD. BricsCAD BIM leverages the power of solid CAD modeling. This supports flexible design, building elements, and the accuracy needed by engineers and contractors, opening the possibility of linking BIM with fabrication workflows. CAD and BIM are often mentioned as opposites. BIM users may say, CAD is not BIM. Yet, the world of BricsCAD is not so black and white. BricsCAD BIM is a CAD software, tailor-made for BIM. For example, AI automatically converts pure design geometry to a smart BIM. As an architect, engineer, or contractor, you can also generate documentation and schedules from BIM, coordinate and communicate with other stakeholders, just what you need in a BIM workflow. BricsCAD BIM is all of this. It is an AI-driven 2D, 3D CAD software tailor-made for BIM.
We have a uniquely compatible CAD and BIM solution for architects, engineers, and contractors. There are various software tools available in the market today, but they're not compatible with each other. They are developed by different software companies for different purposes. You got design software is best for modeling flexibility. BIM software is best for assembling and coordinating 3D building elements, then generating documentation and schedules. CAD software is the best for drafting 2D documentation. Could there be a solution that does it all? Yes, BricsCAD BIM. BricsCAD BIM leverages the power of solid CAD modeling to support flexible design and modeling building elements. You can generate documentation, schedules, and coordinate your BIM with external stakeholders. And because BricsCAD BIM is based on a CAD platform, you can work with 2D in the same file and environment. BricsCAD brings the design, documentation, and BIM capabilities all in one system. One system, one reasonable cost.
Let's look at BIM in action across the key steps of a project lifecycle. The overarching concept behind all the improvements in V23 was to strengthen the capabilities of BricsCAD BIM for the detailed design stage of the project lifecycle. In the next part of the presentation, Melissa and I will explore the 4 major processes improved in the detailed design stage. Let's imagine you're an architect or engineer and you're working on a project. The client just approved a concept design that is ready to be developed further. Think about all the steps you need to take from here until you can submit the design to the local authorities for building permit approval. Firstly, you need to create a more detailed model and then coordinate this with all the stakeholders. Then you need to create the main drawing sheets, plans, sections, and elevations, and not forgetting to create a list of doors, windows, rooms, and calculate important material quantities. Occasionally, you may need to include 2D deliverables to make your set complete. At the end, you take all this package and send it to your local authorities for approval. Let's see how BricsCAD BIM V23 will help you this process. Let's start at the first process, detailed design modeling. We developed a more efficient and familiar way to model walls and common objects in the detailed design stage. As an architect or engineer, this is the time when you must turn your conceptual spaces into wall layouts and simple openings into real door and window objects. This new workflow also makes creating a BIM from point clouds more efficient. For this task, direct modeling may not always be the best option. To show you our solution in BricsCAD BIM V23, Melissa prepared a great demonstration.
Thank you, Peter. Let's start a series of demos to show you how BIM improves your current workflows and connects traditional CAD and BIM. We will start with one of the most requested features when modeling, which is designing in a familiar way, like drafting in a plan view. This, of course, needed to be possible in a simple manner, quick, and without compromising our direct modeling capabilities. Here you will see how we achieve a 2D drafting experience while keeping the advantages of 3D. The project I will use consists of multiple buildings. We will work one of them for this demonstration. Last year, we introduced the storybar. Storybar makes it easy to identify floor levels as you scroll through them. Handling multiple buildings and story heights in one project is cumbersome in a traditional BIM software. In BricsCAD BIM, you can handle multiple buildings in one project, even if their stories are completely different. You can easily view and manage story settings for all your buildings in a single interface. This is just one example of the many flexibilities BricsCAD BIM offers for building modeling. Now, it's time to activate top view mode. See? If you're an architect or an engineer, looking at a plan view must be quite familiar. If you're just learning to use BIM, this might be an easy way to get started. In traditional BIM software, floor plan views and the 3D space are completely different worlds, but it's a lot more intuitive in BricsCAD. Top view mode is essentially a section in the 3D space, so you can easily switch between these two viewing modes. When you're in top view mode, it is easy to use familiar tools like Quick Draw to create an interior wall layout efficiently. To refine this experience, we also added a few extras, for example the Quick Wall tool. This can be compared as the drafting lines to make walls. Modeling walls and slabs in this view will also make creating BIM from point cloud scans easier and more efficient. But of course, in drafting you will need to trim and extend those lines. So as extra, we decided to also reuse our drafting tools. In 3D, just a bit smarter. Finally, while in top view mode, we changed the behavior of inserting components such as doors, windows, and other common objects, which is where this great top view mode story originated from. As you're placing the door, a smarter interface would let you know when it can be placed in a wall. You can easily insert common objects into the plan. This is also the stage when you most model stairs and calculate each step. Later, the 2D symbols will have to be accurate on the sheets.
Top view mode truly makes modeling more efficient and familiar in the detailed design stage. This stage also involves intensive BIM coordination. Architects and engineers need to work together to deliver an error-free design to contractors. In BricsCAD BIM V23, you can import valuable product information and raise new issues to stakeholders. Melissa, what do you have in store for us?
Yes, a principal reason why projects are delivered late and over budget is bad coordination between stakeholders. Information is exchanged in many formats, and a good BIM software should be able to accept and send information with high fidelity. In the detailed design stage, placeholder objects gain their final form. Architects often pick products from a manufacturer's catalog to replace those placeholders. Fortunately, more and more manufacturers publish BIM objects on their website, so designers can use them directly in their projects. Let's take a look. In V23, we have improved the interoperability with Revit families. Now, you import an RFA file, and valuable information comes with it. A lighting fixture, for example, has useful information for the architect, and it can all be imported along with the geometry. You just go ahead and copy this one. Light intensity, light pattern, color temperature, and energy efficiency are all important part of the design. We have also introduced new IFC types in V23. For example, it's easy to classify this object as a light fixture. As one of the key advantages of BIM is coordination and communication, in V23 we continue our efforts to improve our BCF panel. You can now create and assign issues in BricsCAD BIM and send them through platforms such as BIM Collab, BIM Track, and BIM Sync. Here we can see that the column is missing from the first floor. So we will ask the engineer for feedback. Apart from creating and assigning, you can also share screenshots or images through the BCF panel. The issue we created can be viewed by the engineer in any other viewer. They can verify that a column is indeed needed. When they make a decision, they can reply back to you via the same BCF. And you can view that in BricsCAD BIM. It's just as easy.
Thank you, Melissa. Now that the model is coordinated, you are ready to generate drawings and schedules. Model-based documentation and schedules are some of the biggest productivity benefits that often convinces CAD users to switch to BIM. In the detailed design stage, architects and engineers need to create a lot of drawings, and that is when BIM can be very helpful. When using 2D CAD, drawing production takes up a lot of resources, and updating them after each design change is prone to human error. Using BIM, plans, sections, and elevations are extracted from the model and can be easily updated with each design change. As they are all extracted from the same model, they're also fully coordinated. This increases productivity and reduces the chance for human error. Therefore, we put improving documentation into the focus of developments in V23. Melissa, tell us more.
As Peter mentioned, documentation is also one of the major BIM productivity benefits that we decided to improve in V23. Let's start by looking at the basics, creating sheets. We improved the user experience in the existing workflow by making it easier to create sheet sets, have more flexibility, assigning type plans on the fly, and have additional controls on naming. Let's see how it works. As your design evolves, your number of sheets will increase. To support this continuous flow, we improve the process of creating many new sheets by adding more control over the drawing settings, such as scale or type plans. Here we will apply a different scale and type plan filter to one of the floor plans. You can select, of course, multiple if you wish, and do the same with the type plans. Let's open the sheet we just created. Looks great. Documentation also means meeting drawing standards. Type plans was created to assist here. The simple version of how it works is define your standards and let BricsCAD automate the plan generation with the right colors, line types, symbols, tags, and more. We believe that type plans play a crucial role on the documentation workflow, which is why we continue our efforts to improve it. For example, we assign the wrong type plan filter to this drawing, and we just show you how easy it is to change it. BIM-generated drawings have to be annotated. BricsCAD BIM provides many tools to simplify your documentation workflow, like auto-tagging or smart dimensions. When we design BricsCAD BIM, modeling flexibility is a North Star to us. The concept behind stairs is that it should be done with flexible modeling to accommodate designers' need. We also understand that 2D representation is important. So when you model a stair in V23, a symbolic stair representation is created from the model. You can customize this symbol to your liking. Finally, we have made it easier to rename the sheets, and you can do this in the project browser interface. Now that we have finished, all drawings on this sheet are ready to be exported to PDF. Documentation in the detailed design stage is not just made out of drawing sheets. Architects and engineers also need to deliver door, window, room schedules, and calculate important material quantities. The BOM Manager, previously only available in mechanical, has been integrated in BricsCAD BIM to significantly increase quantity takeoff capabilities. Here, you see how simple it is to create a window list. It is easy to add, organize, and format parameters in a BOM table. Architects and engineers need to make several lists. Let's see some examples, like a door list, or a room list. or calculation of important material quantities, like here as an example, concrete. In V23, we also added the drag and drop functionality from the project browser. So you can easily insert new views and detail into any sheet.
The productivity gains from model-based documentation and schedules shows the benefit of switching to BIM or upgrading to V23. Now, with drawings and schedules extracted from the model, the documentation set is done. Or is it? 2D deliverables are occasionally needed to make your set complete. And because BIM is built on a single CAD platform, it's intuitively easy to integrate 2D drafting into your BIM workflow. Let us show you how.
If you need to draft 2D content in your project, you can simply make a new sheet. This will create a new DWG file with its own model space, which you can use for 2D drafting. This is very different from traditional BIM software, where sheets are stored in the main file. By storing sheets outside of the main file, BIM projects in BricsCAD are significantly lighter and you have more flexibility to edit the 2D content. One of the most common 2D drawings are detail callouts. In the new file, you can easily reuse all the CAD details or draft new ones from scratch. When you're done editing, just place the viewports on your sheet and you're ready to publish them with the rest of your BIM drawings.
So you can see how our unique single BricsCAD platform integrates 2D deliverables into your BIM workflow easily in V23. Why else would you upgrade? Let me give you some other reasons. BricsCAD BIM continues to be a safe and easy choice for CAD users to transition to BIM without the risks associated with traditional BIM software. We developed Top View Mode, an efficient and familiar way for architects and engineers to model walls and common objects in the detailed design stage. The improved coordination and communication with RFA and BCF will reduce costly delays and mistakes during construction. The productivity gains you get from model-based documentation and BOM when you switch to BIM or upgrade to V23. We've offered you a glimpse of the uniquely compatible BricsCAD platform for BIM. We have a lot more to show you in our breakout sessions, so please join us there to discover more about how BricsCAD BIM works. So, from Melissa and I, many thanks for taking a look at BricsCAD BIM today.
Thank you.
Thanks, Melissa and Peter. Great examples of the right cost and capability in BricsCAD BIM. The demos really show how easily users can move between 2D and 3D workflows as well. So intuitive. Well, this brings us to the end of the summit for this track, and I'm sure you've discovered many innovative tools to make your working day more productive and creative. We all hope you've enjoyed your time with us, and I send a special thanks to the Bricsys team here today. You've put on a fantastic event for us. Please keep your feedback and comments coming in. The Bricsys community of users drive and inspire us to innovate for you. Oh, and please don't forget to watch the breakout sessions. There's over 23 demos for the whole family of Bricsys solutions. You'll find great ideas and innovations. Also, don't forget to check out the other tracks of today's events. You'll get to see the full scope of BricsCAD and Bricsys 24/7 in version 23. Watch them on demand, and they're available immediately after the event ends. And for those of you who have joined us today to discover BricsCAD and Bricsys 24/7 for the first time, get started today with a free trial or update to version 23 to start enjoying the enhancements that you've seen today. So, goodbye from me and the Bricsys teams. And until the next time, we'll be working to democratize the tools you need so we all build better. See you soon, and bye for now.